Hello, my name is Tony Carrero. I'm a teacher here at Long Beach City College in the Performing Arts Department. I teach in the theater program. I'm also very fortunate to be one of the directors of our plays. I just wanted to share a couple of ideas with you. First, our plays are all classroom events. They're actually a class, and we structure a lot of our plays based on the students that are working with us now in the theater program. And this fall semester, our first play is called A Soldier's Play. It's written by Charles Fuller. It's a play I chose specifically because of the young talented actors I have in the program right now. It's also a play that I really have wanted to do for a long time. One of the things that we're doing whenever we create a play is we're trying to put on a show that is as professional as possible. But the other aspect is it is a classroom experience for the students to learn what the entire process of rehearsal and performance of a play is. And I could talk for hours about that, but rather than do that, we have several of the actors that are in this play. The play is opening up in just a week, so they're very deeply involved in the show already. And I thought we would turn it over to them and let them talk a little bit from the student actor point of view, what they have learned and what they're dealing with to a certain extent. So without any further ado, I'd like to share this experience with these actors. Now, why don't we start with Dennis Pearson?
Hi, I'm Dennis Pearson, and I am absolutely honored to be playing Captain Richard Davenport in A Soldier's Play by Charles Fuller. I've been out of the theater department for some time now, but this is one of my personal favorite plays that I've read and just always have wanted to do, and it's beyond exciting and an honor just to share the stage with these awesome, talented young actors and really get to kind of sink my teeth into a role that's really been a challenge in many ways, but in a good way. And I can't speak highly enough of the direction that Tony has given, the work that everyone's put in, the crew, the cast. Come out and see it September 24th. It's going to be an incredible show.
Okay, Chris, you want to say anything?
Hi, my name's Chris Berg, and I'm playing Captain Charles Taylor. We only started rehearsing about a month ago, and the transformation from the table read up until our first dress rehearsal yesterday has been just short of unbelievable. When we started, we were a sloppy cast of undisciplined civilians, and with a lot of hard work, before rehearsal started, going over marching, drilling, classes on military history, etiquette. It's at our first dress, as a veteran, I was really surprised and shocked yesterday at our first dress rehearsal to see my fellow cast members all in uniform going through the same scenes that we had been doing previously, but after stepping off stage, I had to sit down and take a deep breath and just kind of let it all sink in. It's amazing. I'm seeing performance and behavior with my very short time trained cast members that are mimicking and mirroring behavior and performance of my Marine counterparts from when I was serving. It's just phenomenal, and I cannot wait for you to see all of our hard work.
Deontay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Deontay Simpson, not Deontay. And I will be playing Bernard Cobb in A Soldier's Play, Corporal Bernard Cobb in A Soldier's Play. And I guess my two fellow cast members have, nailed a lot of it right on the head. That it's been a great experience, and a challenging experience to be a part of this drama, because I'm sort of looked at more of as a goofy, funny guy. But to be a part of this production and have to dig deep into these characters, who were based on 1940s, and to try to conjure up that emotion that they, and the things that they went through and all that adversity, it's been real challenging and fun at the same time. And working with Tony, of course, is always a great experience. It's a learning experience at that, because I'm a student first and an actor second. And I try to take in as much as I can from him and keep learning every day. And every time I step on the stage or at rehearsal, I'm learning something new and something that I could have done better than yesterday. And it's just fun, and I can't wait to keep going and working with more talented people. Yeah. not much of a talker. You know, I'm more, I like to perform. I don't really like to sit down and
Someone else's words.
but
Elijah, you want to share anything?
My name is Elijah Douglas, and this will be my first play at LBCC. And it is truly just a privilege to have my first play be a soldier's play, which is just one of the most fantastic things I feel like any play out of any plays I've ever done in my life. You know, the experience just being with such a great cast and like such a great director and the stage managers and all the people backstage, you know, all of us collaborating, working together. And, you know, as my friend Chris said, this is all happening in such a short time, but we're doing such an amazing job at bringing it all together and reeling it in to put on such a stellar performance for the people watching. And, you know, I've learned so many things from this, and I'm just so, I don't know, I'm just so happy, I guess, because it's been a while since I've been genuinely happy to be in a cast like this is just amazing. And the play has such a meaning behind it. Like when you guys get to see it, you'll see that it has such a powerful message that even reaches out to people today, you know, with all kinds of stuff. I wish I want to tell you guys more about it, but I'm trying to hold it in at the same time.
want them to see the play.
I don't want to ruin it.
But Elijah brings up a really good point, which is that when the theater department chooses plays, we're choosing plays for several reasons. One is for the particular students we have at that moment and what would serve them best and challenge them as student actors. But the other is it a play that's relevant to our society right now? A Soldier's Play was written in 1982. It's set in 1944, and 40 years later, it is amazing to me how pertinent and how relevant it is to issues that, yes, indeed, our country is still dealing with. It works on so many levels. It's a terrific play just by itself. It's this murder mystery investigation. And I'll leave that right there because it's too much fun to watch how it unravels. But when you're watching the play, you realize that Charles Fuller was sharing a lot of thought-provoking ideas about what happened in the 40s, what seemed to be happening in the 80s, and now, you know, in 2015 seems to be still happening. So this challenges the students at many different levels to understand different time periods, to work, as Diante said, with a lot of really, really raw and heavy emotion. But it also is just, as a classroom experience, an immersion. You know, these students have been working, as I said, for just under a month, but they've already put in 100 hours of rehearsal in that month. We open up next week. Of course, I want to promote the show, but basically I want you to come out and see these student actors. They are simply fantastic. I think the play is meaningful. I also think it's going to be a lot of fun. So please come on out and see A Soldier's Play. Thanks very much.